What's going on, y'all? I really wasn't even gonna come on here and do this, but a few people been asking me about it, and I don't know why. I don't know why, cause I literally can get on here and I can tell you, I haven't done a movie corner in a minute, but I can really just get on here and just say the movie was terrible. The movie was terrible, and that's all you need to know. Believe all of the hype of all of the negative reviews that came out about it. It was absolutely terrible, and we already knew that it was going to be that way. Okay, and if you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't see the title, it's War of the Worlds 2025, that is on Prime Video, starring Ice Cube and Eva Longoria and somebody else. Baby, it's not even. Now, see what really irked me when mind you, I'm not one of those ones who went into this movie blind. Okay, I'm not one of the ones that had no idea what this movie was about. I never fully read the book by H.G. Wells. Okay, War of the Worlds, which I want to go back and read the rest of it. Well, I'm actually have to read it, start from the beginning. But I did see the movie that came out with Tom Cruise, and truthfully, I'm not a sci-fi type of girl, all right? But there are a couple of sci-fi movies that I will watch over and over again. Independence Day. I don't know what it is about Independence Day that I just like, okay? And I can just sit here and just watch it, anytime I want. And War of the Worlds. I don't know what it is about that movie, but I love that movie. I don't care if anybody else don't like it, but War of the World with Tom Cruise is my movie, okay? Dakota Fanning little ass in that movie, she did her job of being an annoying ass child. She got on my nerves. And I said, you know what? You are doing a good job because you really are getting on my nerves like a child would, okay? Lil Robbie gives me, he probably would have went off and been a little bit, he could have went to the ride. He could have went to the ride. You know what I'm saying? He gave me that tease a little bit. Okay, because he was just so frustrated. But I still was here for it. He said I wanted to fight against the aliens, okay? These motherfuckers came up in here and they messing up our goddamn country. This is our world. Because your world depleted. You coming up in here and you trying to mess up ours? Ain't nothing gonna happen like that. I can't just sit around and let this happen even though I'm running for my life and I'm trying to stay alive. Okay? I just can't be had and I gotta get out here and do something. I wish they would have showed us him doing something. But anyway, because the last time we seen him at the end of that movie was he was in Boston with his mama and the stepdaddy. Okay, he had actually made it there. But anyway, if you never seen the original, well, that ain't even the original movie because I believe the original movie is in black and white. It came out many years ago. Let me look that up. Y'all know I'm good for looking up something while I'm on camera. What is it called? War? Well, no, that's not how you spell it. War of the Worlds. Okay, the Tom Cruise one came out in 2005. That's when I graduated. And then this one came out 2005, bitch. Girl, they said it got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And honestly, I know Ice Cube is not broke. I know Eva Longoria, she's not broke. But my whole thing is, what was the point? Why would you accept to do a role like this if money wasn't an issue? I don't know. Sometimes people just do stuff just to be doing stuff to get their feet back out there or to get wet again or whatever. I don't know, but their feet wet again. But I just don't understand. When I look at certain movies and even certain TV shows or whatever, I just say to myself, especially when it has big name people in there, y'all really read this script and said it was good and said, sure, sign me up. Now, I think what really messed this movie up, or this particular version of this book, was the fact that they did it in a point of view type of way where everything was doing cameras and as if we were still back in pandemic days and everybody's doing stuff on the Zoom and on the FaceTime and all that stuff. Nobody was doing the action outside for real. What? He FaceTiming everybody. He's texting everybody and all that stuff. Basically, he worked for the government. He like a spy, okay? And he trying to get this person called the Disruptor, okay? And, you know, come to find out, the Disruptor is his own son. Didn't know that until the end. Okay, baby, I'm finna spoil it all because y'all don't even need to go see it. But if you want to see it, it's an hour and some minutes. How long is it that you gonna wish that you never saw? It's probably an hour and 30 plus minute that you if you got that time to waste, yeah, go watch it. You need something on as you know, cleaning up or whatever. Put it on in the background and some noise. Give it a little bit of views. I don't know. But this is absolutely the worst movie I've seen this whole year. Probably in the past few years, okay? Because it gave, the POV type of thing. You know, like that movie, was it Missing? I couldn't stand that movie either. It gave, and I know a lot of people that love that movie. I don't understand why I don't like it. It just didn't connect with me. I was just like, I don't see what y'all see, but hey, go off, little Storm Reed. But, and Nia Long, I don't know. I couldn't get with it. It gives like friend requests. Is it friend requests? Dark Web, both friend request movies. And mind you, I like friend requests. I like both of them actually. Those type of point of views where it's still some action going and it makes sense and it look a little bit realistic. Yeah, I can get with that. Okay. This, I know the budget really wasn't there. I know it wasn't going to be that big of a blockbuster thing, so I really wasn't expecting much. But it was given very much Tubi. And even that's kind of like a disrespect to Tubi because these days, it's some Tubi movies that's coming up, okay? A lot of these Tubi movies are actually really good quality. Good storylines and everything like that. They got a real budget behind them. It literally just looked like somebody started recording on their phone and said, everybody record their shit on their phone. That's just what it is, and we'll edit it together later. And we'll put a little bit of fake-ass CGI in the background and all that stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, really, y'all could have did this so much better, okay? The whole time, Ice Cube is, what? Oh no, cuz. I was just waiting for him to say, cuz. You know what I'm saying? What? No, you can't do that. All right, call so-and-so. That you in DC, but that California accent was just coming out real strong and everything. And it just really was, you know, I ain't had no problem with him playing a dad. Because he's played a dad before, you know, Are We There? Yeah, he played. And actually, I don't even know what fucking happened because Ice Cube is not that bad of an actor. I know he started off as a rapper, okay, but he's not that bad of an actor. I actually enjoyed him in Barbershop. I enjoyed him in Are We There Yet? And what's the movie? Not Ride Along, but oh my goodness, the movie that he did with Mike Epps. I enjoyed him in that. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it, even the Players Club. Even though he was a creep up in there, even the Players Club, okay? He has this moment where he can actually put on a good performance. I don't know what the hell was going on with this. Was it a last minute thing? But this is probably the weakest acting from him that I've ever seen. Granted, we already know acting was not his first field. It was music. But like I said, he is good at acting for the most part. But I don't know what happened in this. It's like, did you just get the script? You want to know what it sounded like? It sounded like everything was improvised. Improvised on the spot. Okay? The being shocked and I feel like the reason why it came off like that, especially on his part, is because everything was filmed and he's giving these reactions that's not really happening. And he has to fake these reactions as if it's happening. He's actually seeing these things. That's probably what it was. Okay? So if you don't know the story about War of the Worlds, it's basically, you know, everything is going fine. Then all of a sudden this storm comes through and it just disrupts the whole earth. You got these alien mechanical bodies coming down into the earth, and then they're basically taking over, zapping and taking over everything and killing people and all that stuff, just trying to, you know, take over our world, because whatever world they came from, they depleted the sources, they go from world to world, all that shit like that, right? It's given very much like Independence Day and all that stuff, but, you know, eventually they found a way to kill them off. And, you know, they die down. Because, you know, when the aliens come down, you can't really shoot them, okay? Because they got the shield up. And they found a way to get the shield down. And like in Independence Day, they put a virus in there, okay? Into the motherboard. But with this World of Worlds, especially on the original, our natural organisms and parasites and bacteria that is prone to the earth atmosphere, whatever, that's what killed them off, because they were not, their bodies wasn't susceptible to it. You know what I'm saying? And so nature took its course and took them out, right? And made them weak and vulnerable. And they ain't even last the whole fucking day. They didn't even last the whole day. Well, did they last a day? I'll say almost a day. They didn't even last 2 days, you know? Or no, I would say they didn't even last a week, because it was a couple of days that went past. I have to think that they didn't even last a full week, you know what I'm saying, before they started dying off, right? Okay, cool. This one, they took it where, again, it's the POV. Everybody's talking to a computer, to a camera, FaceTime, Zoom, whatever. You have Ice Cube's character. He's the main character. He's the Tom Cruise character, right? He's the dad. He works with the spy stuff, right? In the beginning, he's looking for, trying to help the government and all this stuff, trying to find this particular hacker called the Disruptor. You know, they almost had him. They thought they sent the squad out there. He wasn't there. Okay, cool. His daughter works in the lab, and she has this virus or whatever, some type of antidote or whatever with cannibal. I don't know. Okay, she's working on something that helps save the people. That's just really what happened, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, you got the son that's actually like, I put you through school and you're basically doing nothing with that degree. Like, well, I spent all this money for you and you're doing absolutely nothing with that degree or whatever. Okay, cool. So then all of a sudden, we get Eva Longoria's character. She's basically out there and she's noticing that, oh, the weather is being really funky. Oh, this happening. Oh my God, did you feel that? Oh no, look what's out here. Aliens. Whoa, no, what do they want? They're trying to eat off the data. They're all going to the data centers of the government data centers and all this stuff and woo, woo, woo. And I'm just like, okay, what this got to do with it? You know what it is? It's like when they take a concept of a movie that was made in a certain time period and try to modernize it, and that's what they tried to do with this one. Where in 2005, it made that movie could still be good if they would have made the exact same movie and it would have came out in 2025, because it was way more realistic. That something like that, like, we know they ain't finna do that, but way more realistic that could happen. You know what I'm saying? They may not look like that, but with the way technology is or whatever, it could be. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe that there's things out there, there's another species out there in the world outside of us? Yes. Baby, they said the aliens supposed to be coming in November. Since when do they give a date? Bitch, since when do they give a date? Okay, y'all gotta stop. I said, bitch, I thought they was already here. Wait, like, what's going on? Y'all gotta watch that, oh my God, freak this movie for right quick. Y'all have to watch on Netflix. I told you this before. The Trainwreck series, okay? They did a 2-part episode. Usually every episode is probably like 40 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever. This time it was 2 episodes to this one, and it was about the UFO and Area 51. That whole situation. Bitch, I was looking at that like, girl, I remember when all this was going on. When they was going to storm the Area 51 and have that big old party and get the aliens and all that shit. Girl, yes, y'all need to watch that. It was good. I said, all of this went down behind the scenes? What? I actually want to watch it again. Okay, it's 2 episodes. But yeah, so the aliens come down. The daughter got to get out. He hacking everything. He can see into everything. And that's the thing that also bothered me. Just because you work with the computers and you got certain clearance and all this shit, that does not give you the right to just hack everybody's stuff and to be watching them, listening in on their phone calls and all this stuff or whatever. And then have the nerve to say that you don't want to work with the government no more because they up there hacking this and hacking that, but you was doing that to your family. I said, what? What is going on? And the daughter, this is the part that, now see, I didn't even have a problem with her. I didn't have a problem with the kids, actually. It was just Ice Cube, Eva Longoria, all of these bad actings, right? And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But then the daughter, this is where she got me. So she had went outside. She had got into the way of one of the little aliens up there, the mechanical aliens, and a little piece of something, a pipe or beam or whatever, it went through her leg. You work in the lab. So I really think like you got a little bit of medical expertise. Probably not much, but you know the basics. And I get that, baby, you was in pain or whatnot. And you got that thing going straight through your goddamn leg, through your thigh. And you get into the Tesla, which came into handy because, you know, it's electrical. Okay, cool, fine. I guess we can give that a plus. I don't know. I fuck a Tesla. I seen a Cybertruck earlier today when I came to work. I said, every time I see one, I'm just like, y'all really spent y'all went to the Tesla lot and said, give me that one. It looks so good. Oh my God. That must fit your personality. I don't know. But she gets in the car and she got the thing in there. Yeah, he's tracking her heart rate or whatever. Just a minute. I said, on that point, okay, I'll give you that because now you can see that she's still alive or whatever. Okay, cool. But at the same time, you get to the building and then you pull the fucking thing out your leg. I know you hurting, girl. But what if that shit was hitting the artery? What if it had sliced the artery and having that thing up in? You're not supposed to move it if you're not a medical professional, for real. Okay, because you could have bled to death. I'm sitting here like, oh my God. And I said, Ashley, stop it, because if you had got it this far, you already know this movie is just not realistic in any type of way. You can't take it seriously. Hell, they didn't even take it seriously, so why should you? And I said, you know what, self? You are absolutely correct. So I just continued to watch it out of the better, you know, against my better judgment. And when it found out that the son was the disruptor, the hacker that they was trying to get in the beginning, and he knew that the government was one of the guys that the dad was working with was actually in on all of this stuff, whatever. It was just so stupid. It was so fucking stupid. They wind up saving the day. That family wind up saving the day, saving the world. And then he went from being a computer whiz hacker for the government, all that shit, to doing it on the side and watching the government, because it was like, you know what, I see what y'all is, I see what you're capable of, and I was like, what? It was stupid, y'all. And it wasn't even a good stupid. Now, let me tell you something. No, because there are movies and there are things that are really, you look at it, you be like, this is so dumb, but it's good at the same time. We have those, like, back in the day. Oh my God, we used to have a lot of little stupid movies that was so good at the same time. They were good, they were funny. You knew not to take them seriously. They made you laugh, they brought you joy. You know, they decompressed you. This is not one of them. This is one of those movies that you literally watch and you just like, either you will turn it off in the first 10 minutes, if you make it to 10 minutes, or you will watch the whole thing and you'll just be like, I cannot believe I sat here and watched this whole thing. What am I supposed to do? Why did they do that? I could have acted better than that. I could have wrote a better script. Were we not supposed to take it serious? How was we supposed to take it? And mind you, Prime Video, y'all be having some good stuff on there. Hell, y'all got an Eddie Murphy movie on there now. I gotta watch that too. Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, I think Keke Palmer in it. So I know y'all got the budget. So what happened with Ice Cube? What happened with Eva Longoria? I know some people don't see it for Ice Cube these days. Understandable. But what the freak? Ice Cube, you got the big three. You could have put some money behind this. Is this a passion project? Baby, let me tell you something. Let this be a lesson. Please, 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 Hollywood. I know y'all ain't gonna see this, but I'm just saying. We gotta stop asking for remakes of stuff. Because when we ask, or people be asking for the remake of this or the remake of that, they give us a remake of something else that we didn't even ask for. And I'm like, well, no, we didn't even ask for this. So what is this? Every classic or every movie that was done years ago does not need a remake or it does not need a sequel. Okay? Let that be clear. Let that be clear. Because 9 out of 10, without fail, The remake or the sequel is never as good as the first. Okay? Now, speaking of sequels, I gotta go watch Megan 2.0. I have not watched that yet. I was just taken aback by the fact that it came out on streaming so fast. And you know what, that's a sign to me, you know what I'm saying? Because the first one actually stayed in theaters a little bit longer than this, okay, than the second one. And I actually went to go see that one in the movies. It was cute. It wasn't bad. It was cute. It wasn't the greatest, but it was cute for the most part. I did like it. I did enjoy it. You know, had some giggles and all of that stuff, right? Very predictable for the most part, but it was still a fun time. It was still a fun time. You know, it was one of those stupid movies that was actually a fun movie. That's what it was for me, right? What I just got through talking about. I don't know about 2.0, because when I really saw the trailer, I said, girl, now is this supposed, what? It was all over the place, but I was still intrigued. Then I was just taken aback by the fact that it came out on streaming real quick. I said, oh my God, what the fuck happened? You know, just like Jurassic World. Didn't it come out last month? It's on streaming now. Girl, the movies ain't staying in movie theaters long. I think we got spoiled by Sinners being in the movie theater as long as it did. You know what I'm saying? But see, Sinners, when they was in the movie theater, they was actually movie theatering. Okay? They was doing what they were supposed to do. That movie did what it was supposed to do. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Megan 2.0. Okay? I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025, is another one of those things that did not need... Well, I can't even say that yet because I did not watch it. I haven't watched it yet. And at this point, like, when the movie came out, girl, it was a terrible week. It was a terrible week for me. And for my ladies, you know exactly what I'm talking about, baby. It just was... It took me out of this world. It zapped me of all my energy and depleted me, baby. Okay? Mother Nature, Unflow came through with a vengeance. All right? And I just... Girl, if I didn't even want to go to work. Didn't even want to go to work. But I had to force myself to go to work. And when I came home, I just laid the fuck out. I couldn't do nothing else, right? So I couldn't go that first week. That second week, I don't know what happened. I just kind of forgot about it, truthfully. And then till now, like, I don't know. And given how Jurassic Park then came out on streaming already, I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer, because nobody is talking about it right now, and it literally just came out in theaters. I feel like it's about to come to streaming soon too. And when I say streaming, I mean it's on like Prime Video or Google TV or whatever that you can buy or rent. You know what I'm saying? It's not on a regular app like a Netflix or HBO Max, whatever, that you can watch it for free with your already subscription or whatever. But you'll probably have to pay for it or rent it out. And I have no problem doing that, because I be in the comfortability of my own home. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, girl. This movie was terrible. And y'all really wanted me to talk about it? Y'all really wanted me to talk about it? Why would y'all do that? Well, why would you do that? But anyway, don't do that again, Ice Cube. The people who made this movie, don't do it again either. Y'all could have put this shit on Tubi for free. Nobody needs to have a subscription to watch this, and I just so happen to have a Prime subscription. Let me tell you something. Amazon Prime is really... The way we boycott Target, we're supposed to be doing it with Amazon. I listen. This is why we don't get nowhere, because there are certain things I just can't do without, and I had to come to terms with that with myself, because the other day when I brought the equipment that I needed for my game, and I was like, you know what, do I want to buy it off of the PlayStation site and wait this amount of days, or do I want to buy it off of Amazon? The same model. I brought it off of Amazon, and it got here the very next day. And I mean the very next day. It got here at 5 something in the morning, and I just so happened to be up to go to the washroom. I got that notification that shit was downstairs. I went down there and got it. I said, you know what, mind you, it didn't take 24 hours. It didn't even take 12 hours, because I ordered it at night, and it came early in the morning. I said, you know the fuck what? This is why I can't give up Amazon Prime, bitch. It's too fucking fast, okay? I don't like to wait. I'm spoiled now. But goddamn, I feel ashamed sometimes. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, that's the review for it. If y'all want to go and watch it, go watch it. If you just want to sit here and be like, bitch, what? It's one of those. But yeah, and no, I'm not being too harsh because once you watch it, you will understand. You will understand. But anyway, it's a one-time watch. It's a one-time watch. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.